Good day. We'll now talk about the Viswa Education Center. This center has been created for the education and technical support and knowledge imparting for the mariners. Each of the topics will be presented in the form of a course, and it will cover all the issues, and it will be followed by questions to check if the reader has understood all the issues that have been discussed. The first course covers all issues related to the implementation of IMO regulation from 1/1/2020. We hope this course will help you all to understand the issues that you will be confronting. And this course has 10 chapters and references. Chapter 1 is an introduction and IMO fuel regulation, available options and penalties for non-conformance. Chapter 2, types, composition and characteristics of existing and alternative IMO 2020 compliant marine fuels, the issues and problems associated with it. Chapter 3 will be VLSFO, supply, price and availability and operational problems. Chapter 4 is about handling new fuels and onboard solutions. Chapter 5 is a summary of the publicly available standard called the PAS document, which is supposed to be in consonance with the ISO 8217. Chapter 6 is about ship implementation plan, which every ship is required to have. Chapter 7 is IMO 2020 regulation, frequently asked questions. Chapter 8, examples of VLSFO supplies tested by us in our lab, where it shows the properties of VLSFOs from various regions of the world. Chapter 9 is about scrubbers, and Chapter 10 interestingly contains nuggets of very useful information and practical implementation points. And then we close with references. So in Chapter 1, we discuss IMO fuel regulation. The new regulation will enforce 0.5% sulfur emission cap. 0.50% is the right way to say it, worldwide, which will be starting from January 1, 2020. B is about available options. C, about different compliant marine fuels, their pros and cons. One option is to burn distillates. The second option is to burn hybrids and blends. Third one is to install scrubbers. Fourth one, burn LNG gas. Fifth one, use other alternative energy sources such as methanol, hydrogen fuel cells or liquefied petroleum gas. Now, Section D addresses penalties. There are large differences between penalties imposed on non-compliant vessels in various ECA zones. Each country decides how much penalty they want to charge. Then we come to Chapter 2, where we discuss existing fuels, that is, the heavy fuels, high sulfur fuels. B, very low sulfur fuel, VLSFO. VLSFO samples can be paraffinic, aromatic, or a mix of paraffinic and aromatic. Properties and their characteristics in different regions. Section C, low sulfur marine gas oils called LSMGO, and what are its characteristics. D, fuel from sweet crudes. Africa has sweet crudes with sulfur content of 0.7. Similarly, South America. So these need to be blended very slightly to bring the sulfur content in line with the 0.50% requirement. Now, desulfurization for light and heavy fuels. In case of light fuel oils, the sulfur removal is relatively easy. The fuels are heated, mixed with hydrogen, and fed to a reactor packed with some catalysts. In case of heavy fuel desulfurization, it is more complex. There are 3 different processes: hydrocracking at high temperature and high pressure hydrogen. Second is distillation using catalytic agent. And third is chemical reaction, again using catalysts, but with no heating. There are different opinions on the claims made by various desulfurization processes and the viability of the project. Now, going to chapter 3, we discuss supply, price and availability. VLSFO will be traded at a price markup of $171 per ton over the HFO 3.5% fuel. This is as per the first week of December pricing. MGO, which is 0.1%, price will be around $89 per ton, above even the VLSFO price. We have already said VLSFO price will be 171 over the HFO price, and MGO price will be $89 over the VLSFO price. Then we look at the operational problems. In this part, we discuss all operational issues, type of damage that could be the result of these problems, stability issues, compatibility issues, cold flow properties, corrosion issues, cat fines, ignition combustion properties, very low viscosity, unusual components or contaminants or adulterants, which can be polymers, polymethacrylates, phenols, tall oils, chlorinated hydrocarbons, and Estonian shale oil. There are many more in this list. In chapter 4, we discuss about the key items to assist crew and ship operators in the safe onboard handling of future 0.5% sulfur fuel oil blends, considering their potential impact on operational aspects. Then we come to chapter 5. You can find a summary of the PAS document, publicly available standard or specification. This is prepared by the ISO 8217 group. Considerations for fuel suppliers and users regarding marine fuel quality in view of the implementation of 0.50 max sulfur in 2020. This was published in September 2019. PAS document discusses the anticipated characteristics of all the quality considerations for 0.50 marine fuel. It covers all the operational issues and specific consideration that needs to be taken related to 0.50 marine fuel as mentioned above. In addition, they introduce test methods that can provide information about fuel stability and compatibility. In chapter 6, you can find useful information about ship implementation plan, which covers the below mentioned topics: risk assessment and mitigation plan, development of fuel changeover plan, fuel systems modification and tank cleaning, and development of ship-specific documentation and report package. Now, this section on ship implementation plan is covered by a separate presentation. which you are encouraged to look at to get all full details. In Chapter 7, we summarize most common questions related to IMO 2020 regulation and how market condition will change based on time. Chapter 8 contains some examples related to VLSFO components, their characteristics, and issues related to VLSFO's properties. Number 9 discusses about scrubbers. What are they? Why are they important in the post-2020 scenario? What are the advantages and disadvantages? Lastly, Chapter 10 includes practical advice collected from multiple sources such as Engine Maker, Joint Industry Guidance Notes, Intertanko, Class Society, and many other sources. We feel this will be an invaluable addition to your knowledge base since it's coming from so many experts from so many fields. The course materials will carry videos, photographs that may be encountered during changeover of fuels by ship operators and how they might handle these situations when they arise and when to raise an alarm. The course material also include forms that all ship operators must have access to. The chapters are followed by questions in a quiz format and the most important and relevant materials within a chapter. On successful completion of study in this course and scoring high marks in the tests, a certificate is given to show that the person has undergone the course, understood the topics, answered the questions, and passed the quiz and tests. So please don't fail to go to the Viswa Education Center. It is currently not fully developed, but most of the vital information is already there, and it will be enhanced, and more information, more sketches, graphs, tables, photographs will be added to enhance its value and make the learning a pleasure. We wish you every luck in your learning from Viswa Education Center. Good luck.